Now, the last 24 hours were the deadliest in India's COVID-19 outbreak so far. More than 8,392 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours, taking India's overall tally to more than 190,500. 230 new deaths were also recorded, which is the highest jump in India's COVID-19 death toll. Let us also remind our viewers that this is the highest single-day surge in the number of cases and deaths in India. Interestingly, it comes at a time when the government is looking at easing the lockdown measures across the entire country. The last few days have seen an exponential rise in COVID-19 cases. Maharashtra, Delhi and Tamil Nadu are the worst hit regions in the country. In Maharashtra, there are more than 67,500 COVID-19 cases. In the national capital of Delhi, there are nearly 20,000 cases. In Tamil Nadu, there are more than 22,000 cases. These are three regions collectively recording more than 100 COVID-19 cases, which is around 100,000 cases, which is around 57% of the total cases in the country. After more than 2 months of lockdown, India has now moved towards what the government calls Unlock 1. Lockdown will continue in the containment zones, though, till June 30th. But the rest of the country will be reopened in a phased manner. This comes despite continuous surge in the COVID-19 cases in the entire country. Although the central government has provided a roadmap for lifting the lockdown, most state governments will issue state-specific guidelines. Even before the centre announces its guidelines, the Madhya Pradesh government has announced an extension of the lockdown till June 15. The state government will eventually decide whether it wants to implement the centre-specific guidelines from June 8th or not. West Bengal, on the other hand, has announced the opening of religious places from June 1st. In a new notification, the West Bengal government announced that lockdown will be extended till June 15. Punjab's Chief Minister Amarinder Singh announced a 4-week extension of the lockdown. It will now be lifted on June 30th. Experts have advised against the opening of hospitality services and shopping malls in the state. However, Punjab's Chief Minister said he will follow the centre's guidelines and take them into account.